Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.
DONNELLY IFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. I'm in Mill Hill today at Punch, London, and with me I've got the wise guy himself, Mr. Frank Buglioni. Frank, how are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you, Sonny.
Obviously, I haven't seen you for a while. You was out in March, I believe, but for about
90 seconds.
19 seconds or 90 seconds.
90 seconds.
That's not long at all.
No, but you know what? It got me used to making weight at light heavy. Had a bit of time out. Also got me used to the team, so we knew the routine, and everything's been perfect. We had a great camp. Obviously, the little hiccup that pulled me out of September on the cut, that's fully healed now. Been getting some quality sparring, and I'm ready to do some damage.
Obviously, the cut a bit of a nightmare, but may have worked in your favour in the long term because you've had more time to train and get fit. Obviously, I've just seen you out there skipping, which obviously the people can see later. Yeah. You look sharp, you look fit. How do you feel in yourself?
Yeah, I mean, everything's come together. It's my time now. My weight, coming up to the weight, has suited me down to the ground because I was too big for super middle. People saying, I'm lazy at super middle, that's why I can't make it. Nah, they'll see when I get on them scales, I'll be bigger than Jose Burton. And when I get in that ring, I'll be pushing them and pulling them all about the ring. My strength is a cruiserweight level. I've had a great strength conditioning program. Fitness is through the roof. There's no excuses this end. I'm in there to go and do some damage. I hope Jose Burton's trained as hard as what I have.
Obviously, Jose Burton, I mean, you could use the word sort of golden boy maybe, he's the matchroom prospect.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so at all. Reason being is they want an earlier slot on the card, which it suits me. I don't really care if they put me on at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It doesn't matter to me if they put me on at 1 o'clock in the morning when everyone's gone home. I'm just there to take that belt. But the fact that they're not giving him a good time slot shows me they're not too bothered about him. He hasn't really done much. He was in a close fight with Miles Shinkman. Obviously he's a champion, he's the British champion, he's got my respect. He's in a good gym, stable of fighters. But other than that, I smashed him to pieces in the amateurs. I'm going to smash him to pieces in the pros. And I'm going to make him really consider boxing.
Obviously, you said about the amateurs, and I've seen you done an interview yesterday, I think, with someone. I read it on the way here actually, about the fight you had in the amateurs. How much can you sort of look into that? Because obviously there was when Dillian White fought Anthony Joshua.
Can't teach heart. He'd give up. I had a very good first round. He had a decent second round, and then it was all to play for in the third. And for me, he just didn't want to know. And we'll see. He's obviously got a little bit more about him now, but deep down, when I start hitting him with them shots, start crunching the bone in his face, around his ribs, he's going to really reconsider being in there.
Big words from the wise guy.
Well, I just hope he don't pull out. That's what I'm looking for. I mean, it's very close to the fight now. All the sparring's been done. You're tapering down. He's very skinny, so there ain't going to be much on him to take down, take off. He's naturally a light heavy. So there's no excuses now. Just turn up, be on weight, and let's get on.
Obviously, hometown advantage. Do you think that changed anything?
Nah, I've been all around the world. When I get in that ring, that's my home. When I'm there, people forget as well. I was in Dublin. Dublin was my home for 18 months. So every time I boxed in London, that was away. I had to get on a plane, do my training in Dublin, come back to London, stay in a hotel for 3 or 4 days for all them fights. So I'm used to it. I've done it time and time again.
Obviously, the changeover to Don Charles now down here.
Yeah.
How's that obviously gone? How's the whole transaction gone?
Been a very smooth transition. Straight away, everything was on the same lines as Stephen Pascal Collins. The training routine's very similar. His attention to detail, spot on, and I couldn't be happier with the place I'm in right now.
Obviously, I've got to give a shout out to the other guy.
Luke Britannia.
Luke Britannia, there you go. You look good on the bag there and fast. What have you been working on with him?
Well, I've been working on my all-round game really. Brought my footwork up to scratch. Brought my defence as good as my offence. My power's improved obviously as the weight's gone up. My energy levels, my fitness has always been there, but the difference is now I'm not drained, so I've got the energy levels to go and do some damage. And the fact they made me an underdog is going to make my people a lot of money.
Oh, well, don't bet on yourself though. It's against the rules.
Not to win it, mate.
Yeah, true. The British title is obviously prestigious in itself. Every boxer wants to win it and keep it. What would it mean to you, just personally, to win that belt?
I've always wanted to fight and win the British title, and to kind of put your name in amongst all the other champions, it's just a real honour. And the country deserves a proper light heavyweight, British light heavyweight that's willing to fight all their mandatory challenges. And I'm fully prepared to do that. Go and win that British title, and then look at putting on some great domestic clashes.
Obviously, the question has been asked by people, and it is fair enough. Obviously, that night against Chudinov, you absolutely put everything in the ring.
Yep.
It did show that, as people say, you had a pair of absolute massive bollocks. How much did that defeat take out of you?
Well, obviously, I took a bit of time off because it was a grueling fight, and I had back-to-back training camps, which took a lot out of me. But it's the experience of being in there, fighting for a world title, dealing with everything that goes with it, and that's what's going to show come December 10th. The fact that I've got that experience, been a pro over 5 years now. I was mixing in the pro circuits when I was coming to the end of my amateur career, so I've been in and around the game for a long time now. And yeah, I've taken my beatings, I've taken my licks, I've come back from them, come back stronger. And as I say, the Chudinov fight was a fantastic experience. But I think it showed the fact that I was a little bit weight trained. If I had a bit more energy and some reserves in the tank, I had the hurting of him. I know I've got world-class power, and I can really hurt people when I put the shots together, and that's what I intend to do to Burton. He's going to see the difference.
Obviously, it's a big bill, apart from your fight. I mean, your fight's probably, personally, the fight that I'm most interested in. Probably the closest fight on the card, I'd say. But campmate Derek Chisora,
yep,
on the bill against Dillian Whyte. Obviously, underdog again. How's Del looks in training?
Yeah, he's been great. We've been doing the runs together. He's really knuckled down for this fight. He wants it bad. There's a lot of tension, and it's a real grudge match. He's been out in Russia sparring the best heavyweights in the world. He's been doing some serious damage to the boys out there, getting reports back that he's doing really well. He walked in the gym today, fresh-faced, full of energy, and yeah, we're just itching to fight. The fact that we're getting ready together has been phenomenal. And no, I'm really looking forward to it.
Obviously, it says something when the boxing board of control say to keep two boxers away from each other before the fight.
Yeah.
Are you expecting fireworks?
Yeah, I think. Well, Del Boy's all professional now. He really wants to go in there and do the job. So I don't think it'll jeopardise anything. But push comes to shove, if it's there, ain't going to take a step back. Same with me.
And obviously, top of the bill, Anthony Joshua, final tease. Do you think that's much of a problem for him?
He's fighting Molina, isn't he?
Molina, apologies, sorry.
I think Molina, he's a tough man, but when Joshua lands, I think it's good night. So I'd say 6 to 8 rounds maybe, possibly less, depending on what shape Molina comes in. Yeah, I think it'll be a routine job for Joshua, and he'll go on to bigger fights for sure.
Obviously, apologies for that mistake, but my next question was all teases on the card as well.
Yeah.
Dave Allen,
yeah, it's a very, very hard fight for Dave Allen, but credit, he's got a lot of heart, he's got a lot of ball down man, and we're all in the game to make money and try and push ourselves up to that higher level. It might be a little bit too soon for him, but we'll see. I think you've got to look at Ortiz winning that fight. You've got to look at him winning by stoppage as well if you're a better man. He's a very good fighter. He's big, he's strong, and I don't think Dave Allen has probably got the size or the experience to trouble him.
Obviously, Tyson Fury tweeted about an hour ago, why is the #1 in the world, or #1 rated on BoxRec, fighting the 85th? Do you think fights like this are a bit pointless for Ortiz at the level he's at?
It's probably a keep busy fight. I mean, it's management, promotions, they're trying to manoeuvre him, give him a bit of exposure and moving into the right fights. That's the business we're in. We all know that, and that's boxing.
And obviously on the card as well, Katie Taylor, we're making her second fight on Saturday. She had a great reception from, I was there's a lot of Irish fans, and a great boxer anyway, like watching her was phenomenal.
Yeah.
What do you think that's doing for the sport?
I think it's great. I mean, it's bringing a wider audience in. She's a phenomenal athlete, and what she's achieved in boxing, you've got to take your hat off to her. So no, good luck to her, and I'm sure she'll go on and do big things in the programme.
All right then, mate. Well, obviously I'll let you crack on. I know you've got your shake there and you want to crack on. You just train really hard, but Frank, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thanks,
Best of luck next week. Or was it, how many days is it now?
I think it's about 10 days now.
10 days, all right then. Well, you've been waiting since March, so I bet you've got itchy knuckles. But Frank, thank you very much for IFL TV, and I'll catch up with you soon. Best of luck in the fight.
Top man.
Top man. Cheers, mate.